Hezbollah.
Yes, so we've been talking for the last few weeks about the potential of escalation by Israel against Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. Amos Hochstein, a representative of the Biden administration on a shuttle diplomacy tour, has been trying to get an agreement and to allegedly defuse the tensions in the northern occupied territories. Hebrew language media reported Saturday that the US brokered proposal includes 3 phases. First, the agreement that will include a withdrawal of Hezbollah forces between 8 kilometers and 10 kilometers from areas near the boundary with occupied territories. Second, an increase in the deployment of UN forces and the Lebanese army in the area that has never been successful in the past. And third, the return of residents to northern occupied territories and to South Lebanon. This will also include talks on demarcating an actual land border between Israel and Lebanon. Now, what's interesting is that the caretaker foreign minister for the Lebanese government has actually rejected demands to push Hezbollah away from the southern border. So this is a very clear message of support for Hezbollah in southern Lebanon from the government. And basically what he said is that the demand is disproportionately in favor of Israel. And so he's saying that Israel should also commit to the liberation of Sheba Farms and the Shuba Hills, saying what we hear from some foreign ministers of Western countries is that Israel is not in the question of this withdrawal. And our answer was that Lebanon will only accept a complete solution to all border issues with Israel. And he also demanded that part of a potential deal to be for Israel to stop the air, land, and sea violations that have exceeded 30,000 since 2006. So, of course, we're at, again, a complete dead end on negotiations. And this is what Sayed Mohammed Marandi had to say about the potential for an Israeli invasion.
So the West has seen that the Israelis have lost on all accounts, and they and Israel together are searching for some sort of path to victory, or to at least to escape defeat. So the West is intensifying the genocide, not just by supporting Israel, but also by trying to block aid from getting into Gaza. They're desperate. And that is why the Americans are helping the Israelis. They're preparing them for an attack on Lebanon. There's intelligence that the Israelis are preparing for an attack. We don't know if it's going to happen, but the Americans have given them the weapons, and they're building ammunition depots in the north to prepare for this. So the Americans and the Israelis, by expanding the war, whether in Yemen or Iraq or Syria or Lebanon, it's all being done to find a path to victory. Or at least an escape from defeat. But the only thing that is going to happen is that it's going to make the defeat even greater, because the resistance front is not going to back down.
So interesting times. We'll be watching over the next couple of weeks to see what happens.
How does the West get out of the position that it's in at the moment, Vanessa?
That's a very good question, and it's a question I actually asked Mohammed Marandi, and really I don't think anyone has an answer to it. I don't see, the West generally never backs down. It doubles down on whatever crimes it's committing, as he said, looking for a path to victory or an avoidance of defeat. But they've committed themselves on so many fronts now, and they've committed themselves to the defense of Israel, despite that defense becoming indefensible, and a huge rise in court cases being brought against the members of the Israeli coalition, including the UK, Netherlands, Canada, the United States. So, good question. I don't have an answer, to be honest.
Charles, have you any thoughts on it?
Well, I'm afraid I don't have an answer. I think it was something that's going to take a very long time. But I would say it does link very closely to what I was thinking about when Matt was speaking about the Attorney General. And I think that, it's the most horribly compromised post in government, and it does send such a message about the way the establishment thinks it's acceptable to conduct itself, and how difficult it is, therefore, to try and change the course of that particular juggernaut.
Yes. Okay. Well, look, we're going to leave everybody on that thought, because we don't have an answer to that particular question. We'll maybe talk about a little bit more about this in extra in a few minutes' time. If you're a UK Column member, we hope you join us for that. Otherwise, we'll be back at the same time on Friday, 1 p.m. Don't forget the interview at 1 p.m. tomorrow, but we'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.